Hey, hello there. Yesterday I have posted a video about this and got a lot of reactions on how to build this. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create something like this. So what's happening is you have these objects. I have them here in the collection. It is these volumes which are subdivided so they're nice and round, and here I have a cylinder which is also subdivided. For this method you need enough geometry for the blending of the normals to look nice, and that's what's happening. So I'm creating a Boolean from these objects and then taking the intersection edge and then making the fillet surface, which has really nice topology as well. So this is then created. You can see here how it looks in the preview mode. You see that they're blending together nicely. It can break down if you intersect too many different objects. I can show you a little bit if I add something. It's all done automatically. So if I add, for example, a UV sphere and then make it smooth, you can see here there are more artifacts because all these edges are intersecting. It's quite hard. If I make this also the right material, you can see that it kind of works, but if you are not intersecting all of them but just the ones with the main body, then it works best. So I can put this anywhere I want, and then you can have some nice results. I can also turn off this one. It's still taking the body. But you get the point. You can just add as many objects as you want and they're all automatically beveled and also normal blended. So let's delete this volume and go into the geometry nodes to see how this is done. If we go here, this is the node tree. It's not that complex. Here I can go by it quite quickly, so you can copy it if you don't want to have the long version. This is how it's done. Here we have a floor. I'm flooring a curve or centering a curve line. This is how you floor or center or seal your objects. And then here, this is what it's about, the auto smooth, blending the normals. I'm using a repeat zone. And then for every body, I'm calculating how to blend the normals. And there are also a few settings here that when you change them, you get different results. So if I enlarge this window and I go into preview mode, here I have some other settings. So you see now the blend is not perfectly aligned to the surfaces, and with this one they are. So if you scale up your objects or scale them down, then you should set these values different for it to work. So let's go into the nodes. First, I'm collecting the collection here. So I'm taking these objects and I'm booleaning them by manifold. So I'm using the manifold. So you can only use the closed solids, because that works the fastest. You can also set it to exact or float, but then the process becomes a lot slower. So that's why I set it to manifold. If you want to use a float, you can set it there yourself. Then here I'm capturing the edges, the normals of the edges, and that is to calculate where I want the ribbon to go, so I can offset it. Here you can see if I make a viewer node, we can track the process. Here I mesh booleaned. If we look here, this is one object. So now here you can see you have these intersection lines, which I'm capturing the normal from here. And then I am deleting here. Let's go into preview. Deleting the edges. It's not showing up. It's this one. Here you can see it. Now you see I have the edges. Now what's happening here? Yeah, this is the merged volumes, and here I'm only taking the edges. And as you can see, if I change, this looks really nice actually. If I change this, you see that the edges change as well. So if I go to mesh to curve, now I'm making them into curves. Then I'm setting the normal by the normal that I have captured here before deleting the geometry. So what is happening from here, with these faces, it can calculate that the normal is like halfway these faces with the faces. If I delete the faces, then it becomes hard for the edges to be calculated correctly. So that's why I'm capturing the normal here and then using it later in the set position. So then I'm doing set curve normal, and then I'm resetting the normal and then resampling the curve so it has less edges. So offsetting the surface that I'm going to project on here is easier. Then I'm doing the curve to mesh, and I'm using the curve line. So here you can see this is the curve line. Then I am centering it, so I don't have to do a positive and minus y to get it in the center. I'm just using this center node. Then resampling it to 3. So I have 3 points here. And then I'm capturing the end points and then transforming them to offset them. And what's happening, if you see that I go from curve to mesh, if I don't offset them, they're right on the curve. And when I do offset them, as you can see here, they are outside of that curve. And then if I turn on these objects, you already see what's happening. So if I don't offset them, they're right in here, but I want them to be outside. So here you can see a small intersection. If I offset them, now they are outside of the curve. And then I can start to bend them to make this into a bevel. Then I am setting the position by the geometry proximity. So I'm taking the endpoints that I captured, so actually the outsides of this ribbon, and I'm projecting them back onto the volumes. So this is without and this is with the projection. And then next I am projecting resetting the position by the edge normal here, and then by a minus 0.06 value. So now you can get now it's still like quite low poly. If we go in here, you see that's a low poly ribbon. And then when I subdivide it, you get a very nice topology and edge flow here. And apparently this works in an animation when it's all recalculated, and it's quite fast. So that's really nice of the Boolean manifold now in Blender 4.5. What I'm doing next, here I have all the volumes that I'm using, and I'm capturing the index. I am deleting here these indices, and I'm joining here. If I don't join them, I have to turn this one off. Don't join them. Well, I'm realizing all the objects here and then capturing the index. Then next I'm taking all this geometry So I'm taking the volumes and the ribbons, and then I'm calculating the auto smooth, and that's done here by capturing the index of the mesh islands, and then also here the float point, and then I'm using them here in the repeat zone, adding one all the time, and then make them into instances, so it's going over every single mesh island, and then recalculating the normal in relation to the other volumes, so it's giving it a blend. I forgot to record the inside of this node group, so when we look inside we see the proximity, faces, and a sample nearest surface, and we take the normal here. And then with a map range, with the width and sharpness, we combine it with a vector mix and mix it in with the regular normal. And here we use the distance and map range as the vector. So that is the node that I forgot to put in. And now when we switch back, you know all the nodes to create this tool. So if I want to show you how this normal calculation is done, you can see here that when I'm offsetting, let's stop the deletion, turn the component group off, or the collection. Here I can, by taking the mesh island index, multiplying by a small amount, here I can offset them, and then you see how the normals are calculated. And this is why you need quite some geometry, a lot of faces to calculate these normals, because it's resetting the normal by the face. So if I can, like this, show you when I turn this one off, here you can see that it's also calculating the normals of the volumes. What I'm doing here is deleting the volumes and using just my collection without recalculating the normals here. That gives a smoother smoother result. So you can definitely also use just the Boolean over here, and then you get a different result. You can use this auto calculate node without the ribbon bevel, then it's just going to merge them together. I have a tutorial on that as well, but this is an addition on it with calculating a nice Boolean in your mesh as well. So then this one is on, this one is on, and there's no set position in the file that you are going to receive from Blender Market or Superhive, that it's called now. You know how to build it. Experiment with it. Maybe you can do some quick modeling with this. I was trying to use this to create a watch and then merge all kinds of volumes together, but I hope this is useful for you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye!